Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, and welcome back to the wonderful worlds of Hermits and Crafting. And we're slowly floating along above our giant cloud, over our tree, and our 3 new biomes that we have created together, which has honestly been some of the most fun I've ever had in Minecraft. Creating these biomes, seeing your guys' reactions to each and every one of them has just warmed my scald heart, and I appreciate all the feedback, all of the ideas, and all of the comments on these. And like I said, I have had an absolute blast building these things, and we are currently flying over our brand new biome, and this is our fantasy forest with custom trees and terrain and mushroom lights, which I have not got to see your guys' reaction on those yet because I am backlogging just a little bit so I can go to Minecon in Seattle. So I'm eagerly awaiting your guys' response to those things. And are we doing the slow fall? Look at us go. Here we go. Touchdown. Anyway, this place really makes me happy. You come down here, you really feel immersed in another world here, and I cannot wait to see the minecart station in here, and that'll take you throughout the entire tree, and then you can purchase your own landscaping services. But you might be wondering, Scar, what we'll be doing today? Well, we are going to be taking a quick break from this project to work on a ConCorp project, and that of course is UnderCut. UnderCut has been on hiatus for a little while, but we need to bring it back because prices of wood here in Hermitcraft are absolutely outrageous, and we need to stop with this big business and bring reasonable, high quality prices throughout the Hermit lands, and that's what we will do today. We are going to build a boat. That's right, a boat to avoid any taxes. That's how we can keep our products cheap here at ConCorp. I think right here is going to be a perfect location for a Paddlewheeler, bringing in a whole bunch of new freshly cut wood, and it's going to be amazing. So if you're super excited to see the Paddlewheeler and UnderCut return, hit that like button and let's get this episode underway. As I was preparing for the resources needed for today's episode, I did receive a tweet that somebody has been shopping here at Cherry and has left quite a few diamonds. So I'm excited about this. So where should we start first? Let's check our iGrumpyBook Pro. Oh, yes, somebody has oh, there are so many blue shiny things, and I'm loving every minute of it. Oh my gosh, we're up to 20 so far. Okay, nobody needed repeaters. All right, I get it. What about Cherry Pro Mike? Cherry Pro Mike, nothing on that one. Oh my gosh, we're up to 28. Nothing on that one. Any Prodigy orders? Not yet. We do definitely need to make the Prodigy bar. You gotta remind me to do that. And let's check our iFlip phone. That's next right there. That's why we rose the price up a little bit. 40 diamonds? Oh wow. I've got to say, if anyone knows how many diamonds we've made in total from this shop, please let me know throughout all like the purchases and stuff like that. I think I've documented all the diamonds throughout videos. If you know that number, please let me know, because I think we have the highest diamond per square footage shop here. I think we do. Anyway, let's check our trip hooks. Nobody ever buys the trip hooks. And don't really sell much redstone these days, mostly the supplies. But how many did we get? Oh, 68 diamonds. That is absolutely amazing. We are so rich. That is fantastic. Oh man, I don't even know what to do with all these, but buy rockets. Anyway, let's head over to ConCorp and actually get this episode started. And welcome back to ConCorp, and we're flying over ConCorp, and Cub has been so busy creating such amazing things around here, like the smelter building. Look, it even says Vex on it. He's created the kelp farm and the tree farm with recent upgrades. That is right. So let's fly over here, and that's why it's time for me to start working on that shop now that he's got these upgrades set up. So let's oh man, that just brings joy to my heart. Look at how beautiful that is. That is like a true Vex right there. Anyway, these chests over here will send logs and leaves directly to the storage system. There is a piping system under this bridge. And of course, you can check out Cub's video to see how it was all done, of course. And he built this bridge over here. And it just blows my mind how you can create something like this in vanilla. It just seems like a modded thing to me almost. So if we fly over, ow, that hurt. That's why you wear helmets when you play Minecraft. That hurts so bad. Inside here, this is, of course, the storage system. So once all the logs have been captured, then we can send them down here. And of course, like, okay, that's where they all are. So that's where they all are at the moment. And looking just absolutely amazing. So we got a lot of dark oak. We got some the spruce, not the Bruce. We got the Bruce wood over here. And I don't even know what I'm doing. We got the spruce over here. We got the oak and acacia and got the leaves and stuff along those lines. We also need to do a bit of harvesting to make sure we have the chest fully filled and ready to go at UnderCut. So that is looking really, really good. So what we need to do now, gather up those resources and start building this boat, because I think I've got a perfect spot for it. There's a couple opportunities. I'll look through it and see which one is best for us. Our choices for locations are to our right, this island and lagoon area next to the landscaping shop. And on the other side of the shopping district, right where Top Gun Powder is going to be perched right up on this hill. So that is going to be Hermit Airport. We can build it in this area right here next to Lady Hermity over in the distance. Or we can maybe even commandeer this island right there and attach it to that. So those are the three locations that we can choose from. Which one would you choose? Like, I don't know. Which is the best location for business is the real question. Oh, Lady Hermity, where would you choose to build the shop? I have been going back and forth on which one. So the location just below us or in the lagoon next to the landscaping shop. And I think for customer traffic, I think this location over by the casino, by, of course, the landscaping shop and ConCorp's existing locations, this right over here is going to be our best bet. Plus, there's already a little like spot cut out perfect for the boat. And I think this is going to be absolutely fantastic in this location right here. So we'll build up a big dock, we'll build some cranes, it's gonna be amazing. So let's get those supplies and let's get building. And welcome back, and we're starting the boardwalk here. So this, of course, is where we're going to be able to store all the woods and things that are coming off of ConCorp's barges that come in and out of our factories to the shopping district. So I think this is looking good so far. I've had a lot of trouble matching the lines. So this direction's going this way, and then these are going that way. It's like finding the grains of wood when you're sanding and refinishing furniture. But I think it's looking pretty cool. One little fun thing was this island has a little bit of history. I don't know if you noticed it, but there was a chest earlier. There were 2 crafting benches and a tall pillar with a torch on it. The reason those were there was when Cub and I were in the shopping district building Sad Coral, the one, the only Rencat was over here launching bows at us. So we were trading bows back and forth at each other, and poor Red met his demise. And we placed all of our stuff in, or his stuff, into a chest and then put the pillar up there. So I felt like I was destroying a little bit of Hermitcraft history in a way. But anyway, I think this is starting to look pretty good. So we'll take this design and we'll run that all the way up to maybe about right there, and then maybe build up a giant crane. And of course, our barge is going to be right in this section right here, and it's going to look amazing once we're done with it. No, what in the world? I was just about to start recording. Oh God, that scared me. Oh no. Don't tell me. Yep, bed's obstructed. Again. That creeper didn't do much damage to the build, but it did a lot of damage to my heart. It broke, I can't even say it. It broke the Scar Cutlass. Somehow, the creeper explosion consumed my... How is that back in my inventory? I must have walked over it. I've been searching this entire area for almost the 5-minute cap on respawning items. And I was just going to come back and be like, the Scarred Cutlass didn't make it. And I must have walked over it and been searching for it this whole time. And there it was. Okay. All right. I'm not upset anymore. I'm just going to put that back. Almost like nothing happened. Hold on. Let me just shave that off there. Well, I probably should use a shovel. There we go. Yeah, cut that off. There we go. Really nice. All right. Perfect. Nailed it. Really, like I looked everywhere for that and it was not in my inventory, but I'm not going to complain. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and we're just going to jump right back into the clip just as if the creeper never even happened. Anyway, welcome back, guys. And this here is our platform. Now, it looks a little wonky at the moment because eventually this thing's going to be covered in cargo and stuff along those lines. So this is, of course, where the ship is going to pull up, and we might extend these areas on either end of the ship, depending on the size and things along those lines. And then over here is where the crane's going to go. So a big old crane on this side. And then potentially over here, maybe a smaller boat eventually, just to add a little something. Maybe we even want to open another shop on a boat, and we could do it right there. And then this area, I don't know, this area might have like a dock just missing the shore, so it's not connected to the shopping area. So we avoid the shopping area taxes, so we can keep our prices low here at UnderCut. One thing I was kind of hoping about was that if we could do some kind of like drawbridge, right? Something that like looks like it comes down when the boat goes into harbor, and then when it leaves, that thing comes back up. And we'll kind of experiment to see if that's even possible. But what I want to do now is actually start on the boat itself, because I'm really, really hyped for this. Small issue here, and that is the dimensions of the boat lining up with the dock, as the dock is an even number and we're always looking for odds. It's really hurting my Minecraft builder soul, I'll tell you that right now. So yeah, I don't know what to do. So something like this would probably make more sense. I don't know if I need to move the dock more inward or push it out further. I'm kind of at a loss at the moment because it's going to require quite a bit of moving around. So the posts, some of the extra little details around here needs to change. But I think having the boat come into a kind of a forward facing position of the dock is the optimal position. I want to keep it at that. I just got to move the dock around. You wouldn't even believe how many times I have taken down that pillar and rebuilt it, and happy as can be with it, and realized that it caused another catastrophe over here. Now we're not even on this side. Then I changed that side, and now we're not even over here. It is just one issue after another. So I had this design, I was happy with it because it was symmetrical with this side over there. And then I realized this one's not even with this guy. And then if I do that, this is back to an even. If I create an odd number, it breaks the symmetry of that and that over there. It is a nightmare. Oh my gosh, I give up, honestly. Like, I'm just gonna have it be an even and odd. I don't even care what it is at this point. I just want to build my boat. I just want to build my boat. So if it's an even number, please don't look down upon me. I'd appreciate that. Welcome back, and we now have something starting to resemble a boat here. Now, this does look a little bit terrible, but that's how it's supposed to be. And I always try to instill that into people is when you first see your builds envisioned finally, they look pretty bad because that is before you put the detail on, because any good build starts out looking awful because you should have it just at its base structure, which this is right now. So we had the hull of the boat created, and from this, we're going to start adding the details. We need to shape the bow. Is it the bow or the stern? I think the bow is the front of the boat. So the bow of the boat here, and then this portion of the deck is going to be covered in, of course, all of the logs. Now, we might switch out, these are solid blocks at the moment. We might switch them for half slabs, so then we can have a little bit more depth in the deck of the boat. Now, the back right here, this is going to be a Paddlewheeler design. So we're going to have the pilot's house, and that's where you go to purchase your logs and things along those lines. And maybe a paddle wheel in the back. We'll see how it goes, and some smokestacks and things along those lines. So I think that'll be really cool. Let's make sure this is light and bright because it's going to be a mob spawning platform. I am an expert at making unintentional mob farms. Can't make one for real, but I make a really great unintentional mob farm. So I think this will be really good. We'll start kind of carving this out, really giving it a nice little shape. And yeah, I think this is going to be fantastic. Just going to take a lot of work. The dock of the boat is now set up and ready to go, and I'm loving every minute of it. So right here is where all the details going to go. So it's not going to be this blank expanse of milk chocolate. As much as that looks delicious, this thing will have all the types of woods and different details on board. And then right over in this spot right here, which we're going to start working on now, is the pilot house. And that, of course, is where you'll be able to go inside and you'll be able to purchase wood and pay for it. And then above will be where the pilot, of course, of the boat is. And that's going to definitely be Cub and I. We're going to get the head over at the head trader, and it's going to be fantastic. So really excited about that. Now, I'm really hoping to build a paddle wheeler on the back. I'm not 100% sure how to even do that, but it's going to be fantastic. Well, the smokestacks and everything there. As for this area over here, I think I'm starting to get the shape of the front of the boat looking pretty good. Like, I'm really, really happy with that shape. And of course, this isn't like a traditional pirate ship or some kind of ocean faring vessel. That is a very kind of, not aerodynamic, what would be the correct word for something in the ocean? I'm not 100% sure, but whatever it is, this is more like of a river boat, right? It's a little bit flatter in the front, a much shallower hole so that it can go in, shallower waters. So that's why it's not like really like pointy, like maybe a Viking or a pirate ship or something along those lines. So it's a little bit different. And of course, it's like a big barge, really. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with this. I think it's looking super fantastic. We're probably going to push this out another 6 to 8 blocks. And I don't think we're going to interfere with Rendog's build, but honestly, if it is, I can take this out because I do not want to interfere with his build, but I think we're going to be safe by about 6 to 7 blocks will be perfectly fine. And that'll give him a huge buffer zone because that's magnificent and I don't want to interfere at all with it. So I think this is looking good. Now it's time to work on the back section and then we can start getting to the best part of all. And that's the details. Are you serious? They Call Me T-Bone has yet to sell here. Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you about this horse. This horse is a beautiful, majestic, intelligent, strong, and loyal horse, ready to take on the world. He wants you to climb aboard and go on adventures. Not only can he defeat the undead, let me tell you about that real quick. He is one of the undead, so he can defeat skeletons, zombies, because he's one of them. He knows the tricks of the undead. So you're going to be safe out there from zombies, skeletons. I promise you that. And he is just the nicest little fellow. Look at him. By the way, he doesn't need to eat. That's a big plus. Horses, they eat a lot, they poop a lot, so no cleaning up. So that's a huge, huge plus. And I mean, I guess he never dies. So he's always just going to be loyal to you. He's like Data from Star Trek. He's never going to die. It's going to be amazing. So what if his bone broke? Does it grow back? I don't know. These are all the skeleton horses questions I have. But anyway, come on, hermits out there. This poor horse needs a home. Truly a tragedy about T-Bone, but what's not a tragedy is our beautiful pilot house on our boat looking super fancy. We've got the milk chocolate, the dark chocolate, and the oak combining to make a really, really nice choice. But I wanted to scaffold up here and get your opinion on something. Do you think that the actual design would benefit from having a different roof color? And what I mean by that is we have, of course, our dark chocolate in the oak variety. And what if we decided to do like a stone to make it look like a metal roof to add a little color, a little texture to the build that otherwise we wouldn't have if we continue on with the same texture? So in the comments, I'm curious to know what your opinion is on this. Would you change it from the wood to the stone? So hashtag stone or hashtag wood. I'm curious to see what your opinion is on that. And I may not like it, but that's also an option that we can explore eventually. So moving inside here, we've got the pilot's house and, the captain can be right up here. So we'll get an armor stand. We'll get a hermit head in there. I think that'd look really nice. Do it all. Well, I mean, we also need to add a roof up here. But we'll do that up really fancy. And then moving down to the bottom here, I'm kind of measuring out how many pallets of wood that we can assemble up on the deck. So stacks of 3, most likely these would be like this. And then one other set, I ran out of dirt. But that actually lines up perfect. Oh, nailed it. Oh, I'm happy about that, actually. So if I had more dirt, you'll see this would be filled in stacks of 3. Of the wood, and then in the interior here is where you would purchase your wood. So we'll have our chests on the walls, and that's where you pay and you select the different types of wood. Maybe we even have stripped logs, which would be really awesome. And a big benefit to the hermits, we strip so you don't have to. So that's good. Now what we need to do is move on to our next phase of the project, and that is here in the back. So what we want to work on is the smokestacks, right? So my knowledge of paddle wheelers, and that's what we're trying to accomplish here, is a paddle wheeler comes from Disneyland, the majestic Mark Twain paddling through the rivers of America. And there's always engineers in the back explaining the design details of the boat and stuff like that. So we're gonna have a smokestack going up, right? And then the smokestack is the steam that's being, pushed out by the pistons that make the paddle wheeler move. Like I said, all my knowledge comes from Disneyland on these kind of things. So I think that's how it works. And I think that's how we're going to build this. So we'll have the smokestacks going straight up, and then we'll have a little surprise attached to the smokestacks. I think they're going to be amazing. But yeah, I think this will be absolutely fantastic. And I love that my knowledge is all from Disneyland. It's like, at Disneyland, that's how they told me it works. But anyway, guys, let's get busy on that, because I think this will really, really make this thing start to come to life. Working on the boat, we were struck down by a drowned after achieving a new trident. That's right, except there were 2 tridents, and the one really wounded me, and hopefully he's not around so we can get our armor back on, get our swords. All right, let's get everything back together, and oh man, I'm so excited to get a trident back in the belly. There we go. So we'll grab that, grab all of our, oh man, where is, okay, there's our cat box scoop. And I'm looking around. I think he may have despawned, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, there it is. Yes. Oh my gosh. Now we got to get our riptide back. Oh shoot. Oh no, I don't have loyalty on it. Oh no. Oh gosh, where'd it go? Oh no. Oh, I think I may have lost it. Are you serious? So if I would have thrown that, it probably would have surfaced, correct? Or would it have stuck into the ground? Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Nailed it. Perfect. All of our supplies are back in hand, and we've got a ton of progress on the boat. So let's swoop around. And as you can see, we've got these smokestacks, and of course, we got the CC for the ConCorp, and a whole lot of detail. So let's take a look at what we've got so far. Now on the deck of the boat, we've got all sorts of different kind of logs, all strapped down for a long journey from ConCorp, looking super, super fancy. So we've got the strip logs, we've got standard logs, we got the tie down mechanisms, and we have these little kind of like hooks, if you will, in the ground. So use the chisel circle block or whatever it's called. I think that acts like a good little connector. Got some little hooks over here. You got a tied down thing. So I think that looks fancy. I added that little thingamabob in the front, and it's kind of like a crane-ish thing. I think it looks nice. It helps balance the boat. That was my main goal, was to find something to put in this spot right here to balance, the back portion of it. But look at those C's, those things look pretty good. I might make some modifications to them. If you can think of a better way of making letters in Minecraft, let me know. I'm not the best at it. Send me a tweet on Twitter if you have a better C design, but I like it. I think it came out okay. Let's take the flight real quick one more time and shoot over here. I want to show you this section on the back because I thought this came out real nice. So these are, of course, the windows in here. We've got kind of a shutter design. So just lots of little details, a little bit of depth, a little texture change. Really helps in any kind of build, really kind of define it. So I think that's looking fantastic. And then, of course, on our smokestacks, just change it up once again like I did with the wood. Added some smooth, added some brick, added some andesite. And I think that looks really nice. And yeah, so what we need to work on now is... Why was I shaking? What we need to work on now is the dock. So getting the details on the dock, and then the interior of the boat is very important because that's where people are going to make their purchase. I literally can't fly. I cannot fly. But anyway, that's where people are going to make their purchases. And of course, we need to visit Lady Hermity and get ourselves a couple hermit heads. All right, so this is the first time I've been inside here. Now, I've watched Azuma's video, of course, and I think this should be it, and it's down one level. There they are. Look at that guy's mustache right there. And those eyebrows are so aggressive. You right there, my pal, do not have a fancy mustache, but you have a very bushy head. You need a comb. If I can help you with that, you let me know. Anyway, I think we start over here, and then we can place the gem in. Oh, we got 3 heads. What? Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Okay, and then we head over to this guy. See, he's the convert blank heads to hermits, okay? Oh, we should do a python for sure because python is a friend of the Vex. Okay, so we've got that. And let's see, that's XP, Etho, Mumbo. Come on, where is Scar? Wait, is that Scar? Yes, it is. There we go. Grab that. And now we just need a cub. There's cub, unmistakable. So we have 5 more. Who else should we get? Who else should we get? I mean, we could get Crazy Eye Corrales. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. I love this. Okay, so let me grab a few more. Now that we have the hermit heads in hand, let's start positioning them. So my thought process is that I kind of want to be the boat driver. I want to be the boat driver, so I'll set this one in here. Now, of course, we are going to add way more detail to these stands. You know, give them armor, arms, legs, you know, the whole deal. Because that right there is super boring looking. But down here, I want Cub to be welcoming people into the shop right here. May the Vex be with you, of course, you know, making the purchases, doing the business. Python over here, as a friend of the Vex, he can be a worker. Maybe he's the foreman of the crew. So Python, you know, he's controlling everyone. There we go. Put that right there. And then the crew is just going to be your standard hermit heads. So these guys are going to be working the lines, you know, moving things around. And those are your standard player heads like that. I think that's a perfect arrangement. Visiting the great armor stand under the water once again because we lost our book for the 5th time in a row. This episode has been quite the fright so far. I just got put down to a quarter heart here and I'm trapped behind my chest. I've got zombies. I've got a trident wheeled and drowned back there. Oh my gosh. This has not gone well. Look at him. Look at him. Look at this giant trident. And somehow he can like sneak it through here apparently. Like, I don't know how he got. Oh, maybe he was up there. I don't know. But let me eat again. Apparently that didn't replenish all my food. This mutton is not so good. You know, Jerry Seinfeld told me mutton's no good. I guess I didn't believe him. Oh my God. No, I'm not going to die again. This would be the 4th time. I have not even told you guys how many times I've died today. I haven't because it's embarrassing. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm stuck. With the passion of 1,000 scars, I slayed down all of them zombies, and of course, that trident wheel and drown. But anyway, welcome back. And we are now putting the final touches on the boat. So on the dock here, you can see that we have all sorts of beautiful wood supplies set up and ready to go. We have planks, we have bark, we have stripped logs looking super fancy. And then on the deck of the ship over here, look at Python. He's keeping an eye on the workers. You know, he's telling them what to do. This guy's running around throwing lines down on the, you know, the logs here so they don't move around. This guy's cutting them. This guy's cutting the lines. It's a whole thing. There's Cub over there. I want to figure out how to name an armor stand. I don't know how to do it correctly yet. I want like Cub to be like, may the Vex be with you or something like that. And I'm like, ships ahoy. But more of those drowns. Jeez Louise, they're quite a nuisance. But anyway, heading on inside is our next task here, and we need to decorate the interior. So we need to start positioning our chests so that people can come in and purchase their different things. So what I was thinking about doing was setting up some kind of a shelving system. So let's grab out a couple materials, and then if we kind of go like something like that and run it all the way along, and then we can position our chests along here. And then, you know, these are the different woods. And like I said, I think it would be really cool if we did sell, you know, strip logs and things along those lines. I think that would kind of be a benefit for the hermits because that's kind of a pain to do that. So, you know, we could sell that for a slight premium. So I think that'd be pretty good. So let me figure out how to actually make this place look decent inside. And I'll be right back. After a lot of work and a lot of deaths, we have now completed UnderCut. That is right. ConCorp's newest shop is now open here in the shopping district with its smoke hitting the skies and its port of call here looking super, super fancy. One thing I'd like to add here, but I don't have the saplings at the moment because a car is literally going to pick me up in like 30 minutes to take me to Minecon. Like I'm cutting this pretty close, but I really wanted to finish this and make sure all the details were perfect. I'm a perfectionist to a fault. But anyway, I want to put like a pallet full of saplings. I think that'd be really cool for over here. But I think this looks really, really nice. And if we hop over here, which eventually we can take that out. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. Look at this. There's like barnacles attached to the sides of the dock. Oh my gosh, I love that. that just adds like a really fun extra thing to Minecraft. You know, when you're trying to make a believable dock and an ocean, things along those lines. I think that looks really, really nice. So in here, we've got Python keeping an eye on the workers, making sure they're keeping all the cargo in line. CubFan welcoming us into the actual shop in the interior. Now, like I said, I'd like to name the armor stands so that they say something like, come on in for that premium wood at an undercut price or something along those lines. So inside here now, this is where the magic happens. So this, of course, is the stripped logs on this side over here. And then over here, we have the, the traditional bark wood over on this side. So I think that's looking really cool. Lots of room to sell saplings. Or would you want to sell saplings? Wouldn't that cut down on your profits? Because people then can produce their own logs. I don't know. Got to think about that. But yeah, I thought there was only 6 woods, but it turns out there's 7. So had to make an extra set over here. And most likely with 1.14, we may be getting more. So there's plenty of room to add another chest, and then 2 more over here, or 2 sets on this side. So I think that's looking really cool. I'd like to add a boiler to the center here, like a little like boiler design that's controlling the paddle wheel on the back, which we weren't able to get done today. We got Scar up in the pilot's house up there looking super fancy. Oh man, I had a lot of fun building this today, and I hope you had just as much fun following along as we built this today. And let's jump up here real quick. There we go. And like I said, I'd love to get that pallet installed and ready to go over here with the saplings. I think for decorational wise, I think it would look really nice. Let's take a look at the paddle wheeler from the back and just take it all in. Oh man, like I said, I had a ton of fun building this. It was different. Something, we've been doing a lot of really like amazing landscapes, but it was fun to kind of build something a little bit different today. Also, I wonder if we could hire Zombie Cleo to do like, I don't know, maybe these things holding up logs. I don't know, something cool. I think there's more we could do with the armor stands for sure, but until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos, and if you believe the videos are ready, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later, and don't forget to subscribe, because you may just become scarred for life.